Hello everybody and welcome to another video. So recently I put up a post and I explained that my house has basically gone to absolute toot. I mean, I've seen crime scenes tidier than my house. And it's all because it's been a mixture of, I've had 2 birthdays in 1 week, and obviously you don't want to spend the day cleaning, you want to spend the day with them. And we've also had me decorating the boys' bedroom, me building the piggy paradise, and I've had really bad flare-ups in between, like mainly with my hands. My hands have been giving me absolute grief. I'm actually starting to feel whether I should not wear gloves. Like seriously, they go so cold, it's ridiculous. But anyway, the mission is to get this house back to a decent standard, because where I've been elsewhere doing things with my life, the house has been neglected and it's all just gone to absolute mess, chaos. There is recycling galore like you wouldn't believe. I'm going to have to take it to the tip. I can't do a full-on proper clean, but it has taken me over 2 days to do this. And it's just like the second I walk away, it's like everything in this house is hiding away and it's going, yes, wait till she leaves and then we'll all come out. We'll all come out and start lounging around on the floor. And then we'll pile ourselves up into a corner and we'll mix ourselves up in the process. So that she has to organise us all over again. So I went out with my hair tied back because I just washed it. And all I did was dry and straighten my fringe. Because I had to take my son to the doctor's. I didn't want to go down there looking funny with a really big curly frizzy fringe. And I didn't realise that my ears were sticking out the back. I went out like that, people. I went out like that. The doctor must be thinking, what on earth? I was oblivious to this situation in my life where my ears were sticking out like little bat wings. And yeah, that's just because they're pointed. And I was convinced that they were covered, but they weren't. Anyway, I am pressing down as much cardboard as I can. Can you just see, like, everywhere? There's just junk everywhere where it's like, just put it there. Someone else just comes out and puts something there. And then before you know it, it's literally overtaken. And you're like, what's happened to my life? What am I living in? What am I living in? I've hated it. It's literally been making me so miserable. Everybody has put such lovely comments on that post. I need to point this out. I really do. Because the support and the kind words that you've all put on there mean so much to me. And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to reply to all of you. It's just that I've been so... I'm not even joking, right? I'm just gonna say it as it is. I've literally got up in the mornings, got the kids ready for school, and then rushed back to have to do something else, like within the next half an hour, to be out the door again, that I don't eat breakfast. And then I get back and I'm like, oh my God, I'm absolutely starving. I'm starving. And I go to get something to eat and something else happens. Then something else happens. And before you know it, I'm having breakfast at lunchtime. And then I'm not eating again until dinner. And then I'm so tired and I'm feeling weak and drained and dizzy that I just go to bed. And this is not like me. I am a food hoarder. I love food. I eat and eat and eat. But I've not been able to because the chaos and the mess around me has just been physically sucking the life out of me. And just it playing on my mind knowing that I've got to do it. And if I sit down for too long, then I just can't settle. I cannot settle. The longest I sit down will be to watch EastEnders, and even through that, I'm up again in between. Like, I know I'll pop the kettle on. Even if I just go out and click the kettle and go sit back down, I physically cannot sit still for too long. So where I did the boys' bedroom in the jungle room, a lot of stuff I took out because it was there. I needed the boys to go through and see what they wanted. Well, I did say, didn't I, in that video, the likelihood of it happening is very, very slim. And I'll have you know, in the orange cup smelt like rotten cheese. There was milk in the bottom of it. Milk. Yeah, that's how I get my son to say it, because it's funny. I say to him, he's 15 this year, and I always say to him, do you want a milk? Because he could swing on an udder of a cow and be very, very happy because he drinks so much milk. It's ridiculous. But I always say to him, do you want a milk? And he goes, yeah, I'll have a milk. And I go, milk. I just think it's the funniest word to say every little letter of it. And I know I'm weird and I have absolutely no shame about it whatsoever. But the bathroom's become a mess. None of the toys got sorted through, what they wanted to keep and what they didn't. Cardboard's been collecting up with all the toys that he got from his birthday. Someone had a bottle of cola and didn't tell anyone and hid it underneath the washing basket. So getting that out. And I just don't know how this happens. I really don't. Like this pile here, and I'm like, I know my trousers are clean. I thought the towel was clean, but that wasn't. That just needs to be hanging on there. Why it's out, I do not know. And it's all these little things that just like, why? This is why I question what's going on in life. You know, I say to the boys, where is that supposed to go? And they go, in there. And I'm like, so why are you not doing it then? It's not like you don't know. You know these things. I'm teaching you well enough to know. But do you actually physically do it? No. No, they do not. So what I'm doing at the moment is I've got a bag of clothes here, which I'm sorting through. Some of it I've got listed on Vinted, and some of it I just haven't even got around time to doing it, and some of it just needs to be put away. So I'm having a little sort out, and that drawer is going to be for clothes to go only, and then the rest of it's going to be put into my wardrobe. I really, really need to have a massive clean up in here, but I'm just like, I don't want to do it because half of the mess is Nick's. And no matter what I say to him, he'll get it tidy to his standard, but it's never tidy to my standard. And I know that sounds really snobby, but my standard is things are in a place they should be, like I'm doing now, put them in the drawers, and that's it. There's nothing else. Nothing else. Whereas with him, it's I've made a pile in the corner. And I'm like, that's not what you do. That isn't what you do. And I hate that blind from Darnell. I hate it. I hate the blind, and the blind hates me, because Nick will pull it up and it works perfectly fine. I pull it up, it looks like that. And then I look at it and some of the like tabs have come off and I have to sort them all back out again. And I'm like, you're doing this to spite me. You're doing it on purpose. It's looking at me going, yeah, you think you can pull my chain? Yeah, come try it then. Anyway, I've got loads of stuff that I need to load up into the car. So like this little funny looking chest thing here, which I had all my makeup sitting in and my face products, because it was just like a temporary thing. I'm like, no, you can go. You can leave my house. Be gone with you. Standard, collect washing from the stairs and take it down to the washing machine. And will it go in? Will it heck? Actually, no. I do need to crack on because the weather started to get nice again. We had a little cold spot. Yes, it was all cold and chilly. I was like, oh, do I need a coat or don't I? That kind of weather. And it was always, yes, you do need a coat because you're sat in the car, freezing your backside off, shivering like God knows what, covered in goosebumps. But now the weather's getting sunnier again. So I'm like, oh, get some washing out in that good weather. Try and put all my coats away because I'm terrible. I hang my coats here and then I leave them there, but they're supposed to go under the stairs. So getting that done and tidying them away. I've really got to sort out my coats because I've got far too many. Like, I've got more coats than I have trousers. I've got more coats than I have tops. It's ridiculous. I mean, I do like to hide in a coat and be comfortable, but it's ridiculous. So second day, because that was all I could get done that day, I had loads to do. I was here, there and everywhere. I was driving around all over the place trying to get a vivarium, like a tank sort of thing. So for Sam's birthday, because we were going to get him a lizard. He's always said he wanted a gecko. He's like bearded dragons and he's always wanted snakes. So we were like, okay, so we'll do that for his birthday. So I'm going all over the place. I contacted loads of people on Facebook Marketplace. Get this. This is something to tell you. So I messaged someone in the morning saying, is this still available? And they replied, yeah, when are you coming? And I was like, oh, it's a bit up front, but all right. So I put, can I come and have a look at it? And can you send me a postcode? They sent me their postcode and then told me, to come and have a look, basically. So I was like, okay. So I said that'd be cool. And then I found another one. I messaged them. I asked the other one, what's their address? Not just the postcode, because I'm not just going to rock up at a postcode and not know the number. And they didn't reply. They read the message, didn't reply. 4 hours later, they sat and replied, but the other one had replied and said I can go and get it. So I was like, right, okay. So I went to the other one, picked up the other one, told the other people, sorry, but the other people have come forward and I've gone to look at that one now. Do you know what they did? They sent me a disgusting message and then they blocked me. They said, you're an absolute loser and a liar. And then blocked me. And I was like, what worse? Don't block me. Let me reply. You've had your say. Let me have mine. But they didn't. So I was like, okay, whatever. Talking of Facebook, do you ever see something pop on Facebook? Like, I don't know, there's been a hit and run, or there was a car crash, hit and run, or there's been like something to do with a car, and then it's up on Facebook, they're trying to find this person. Do you ever read that post and then think about where you were at that time? Like, was I driving on the A27? Was it me? No. You know full well you weren't driving along the A27, or you weren't driving along the M5, but you still have to take that moment to think about it. Was I? No. And then, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that I would do a hit and run, but I think every single time I see a post, I think about it, even if it says red car did a hit and run. I don't drive a red car, but I still got out. No, I wasn't in the area at that time. I don't know why, but I do. For some reason, I seem to skip every speeding fine that should come my way. All right, I'm not tempting fate, so touching wood. But I've missed four. I mean, I'm not speeding at excessive rate. It's something like you're supposed to do a 50 and I'm doing 54. Or you're supposed to be doing 30 and I've done 33 and I'll get flashed. Nothing comes in the post. Nick, he can be doing 32 in a 30, gets a letter in the post. He has to do like a little course thing. And I'm like, this is insane. I don't understand how I keep skipping it. Put it this way, when I first started driving, right? I had a little red VW Lupo, flipping loved it, and I called it Noddy. I don't know if anyone's been with me for that long would remember my little Noddy in my vlogs, but I was driving for the first time on the motorway and I was absolutely terrified. I was so scared I can't even put it into words. It was my first time and I was taking Nick up to near Crawley so that he could have a look at vans, which is what he's got on the drive now. But anyway, I pulled out of I wish I could remember the area. It's really bugging me. I pulled out of this like KFC, McDonald's kind of area, and I went through traffic lights that were red and I didn't know. And Nick's going, why aren't you stopping? I said, why? He went, that was a red light. You've just gone through a red light. So because he said this to me, I then panicked, started to shake, felt physically sick, and I sped up. My instant reaction in that moment was I just sped up, and I carried on going, and I went through a speed camera, flashed me. I didn't get anything come through the post. How bad is that? That was so bad. I mean, I'm better now, but I still absolutely hate motorways. So my goal today is to be getting as much of the rubbish out the house. I've got recycling pouring out of my ears, and I'm going to load the car up and I'm going to get as much out as I can before I have to take Panzer to the vet. So Panzer had her last appointment at the vet, and it's just been absolute chaos. I've got an hour to get to the tip, load the car, pick up something on the way, get home, grab Panzer and go to the vet. So I'm wedging it all in. I'm like, yes, I got back, didn't I? Got it all done. Look what I picked up. I'm literally over the moon about this. I'm so over the moon you would not believe. This was free on Marketplace and it works. It's a wooden shop. How cute is this? Wait till it's all set up. I stick batteries in it and it's all good. It's quite a heavy little blighter. But yeah, I wasn't impressed with getting upstairs. I was worried about damaging the paint on the walls, but it was all good. We got it up there just fine. I'm moving the hamster into Alex and Oscar's room because it's Alex's hamster and he can listen to it go around in the wheel all night because I've just about had enough. I can't take it. I've had Panzer in the front room with me every night for the last week because keeping an eye on her stitches and all that. And yeah, just no. So she had her appointment at the vet and all is well. She is all good. She's now able to go out, but because she's so small, I'm like, I'm a bit hesitant. I'm like, she can go out in the garden. We sit with her for like half an hour, and then she comes in. So we're just doing that with her on and off. She's flipping loving it. You'll see it in a minute. Panzer's first little go out in the garden. Gosh, she's so gorgeous. Oh, has anyone ever thought, you know when sometimes you're going for a number two? I know this is literally random, but it's just the way my brain works. So you know when you're really going for a number two, you're in there and you're desperate to get it out and it's coming out rather rapid. Let me just say to you, next time you get that feeling, don't have what I had. Make sure the second you let it drop, you clench. Otherwise you get a wash in your rectum that you didn't want. Yes, the splashback was so bad. I was like, oh my God, I think I've just vacuumed my own pee and the water from the toilet into my rectum. I felt physically sick. I felt violated. I felt vulnerable. And I felt violated by my own doing. And I said to myself, right, next time I'm pushing out a log that flipping heavy and that fast, clench after. Yes. It's like drop clench. Yeah, super speed. Anyway, so I need to get in the shop back up into Jensen's room. And to do that, yes, you're probably thinking, what's happened to his room? Yeah, didn't last, did it? Trashed it. Absolutely trashed it. And then there was the argument of, I'm just getting Simba out the back door. Then there was the argument of having the two beds like that there's hardly any room for us to play. And I said, I know, but that's how you wanted it. And then I said, should I put it back as bunk beds? No. And then it's like, oh, we'd like to have the mattress underneath one bed and then pull it out should Elliot sleep in there. Because Elliot struggles. He can't sleep in there with Jensen because Jensen has certain ways. That killed my back. Jensen has certain ways and Elliot struggles with it. So 9 times out of 10, Elliot will come downstairs in tears and say, I can't sleep up. I can't. So yeah, that's just how it goes. And we're rolling with it until yeah, better days come. But I am on a like sleep program, which I've started. Well, I'm going to start. I'm about to start. I think it goes for six weeks or something like that. I've got to go on these like webinar things and keep diaries because Jensen struggles to sleep. So I'm hoping if I can get some help and all that does well, then he'll be able to sleep better and I can get Elliot to come back in. That's the plan. But, nothing's perfect. Everybody's households are completely different and it is what it is. You just got to make the best of it. As long as everybody's happy, you've just got to make the best of it. Obviously, Elliot's not happy being in this room, so we are happy for him to come out of there as often as he needs. But I'm giving this shop a tidy over, a nice little clean, little scrub, because, you don't know what's on there. But at the same time, I'm really funny when it comes to germs. Yes, because I'm absolutely terrified of having norovirus. And I know that it's doing the rounds again. And I'm just like, no, I can't handle that. So down here has become the dumping ground. Well, if something's in the way, let's just chuck it down here. Yes. There's nowhere for it to go, so let's just chuck it down here. Instead, it could be a case of let's sort out the stuff and see what we want and what we don't want, not just make a pile and chuck it. I am going to have to put something down here, though, because I do put stuff down here and I have to try and do it as tidy as I can. But you just know, as I know, you all know, that that's not going to last. It's going to be trashed again. It's going to become the dumping ground. So me organising it and trying to make it as tidy as I can is an absolute waste of my time. It really is. But it does come along quite nice in this room and it does feel really good to have a little sort out and try and get it a little bit better than what it was. I'm going through all the cubes as well, seeing if there's anything I can whip out of there, chuck in the bin. And yeah, there was a few bits, but not enough to my liking. But as I've said in my video of doing this bedroom, you can't bin anything. You can't interfere with things like that. You just have to let them do what they've got to do, and if they need help, they will come and tell you. Yes, they will. So I'm putting all the play food into this basket here so you can have it down the side. We're moving on to wooden play food now, and all of that stuff in that basket is plastic. So yeah, he doesn't play with it as much because he really likes the wooden stuff. But I think now he's got his shop, he's probably going to be on it a little bit more. Yes, it's very nice. Honestly, marketplace. It's an absolute gold mine. I've got so much off there. It's insane. I haven't had the drawer handles turn up. So the drawer knobs for the chest of drawers there, they still haven't arrived. And I've messaged them and not heard anything back. So I don't know what's going on there. And hopefully I'll hear something soon because they're nice animal ones, wooden ones. And I wanted to put them on and make them look nice. But it's not looking nice. It's all looking a bit skew-whiffy. Skew-whiffy. Yes. Oh! We did sandpits for the hamsters. Flipping hilarious. The way they go in there and scratch around and then they try and roll, flick around. It's so funny. Anyway, Jensen's hamster, he is a big boy. He's a big boy in more ways than one. Right, he's quite a big hamster for a little bubba. But my goodness me, he's packing. He is packing. You know when hamsters store food in their chops? He's storing it down there. I mean, he's dragging those balls around in the sawdust. It must be like a weight. I mean, surely they must hurt. They must ache. Like, cool, let me now. My gonads. I've never seen anything quite like it. I'm just like, Holy heck. If there was like a shortage of hamsters being reproduced, that hamster alone could produce enough for the UK. I'm not even joking. Like, he could be like that. Whoa, come here, ladies. I'll sort it out. Yes. He's a big boy. Anyway, the room is coming along, and in my head I'm like, this is taking too long. I've got so much else I want to do, and I don't want it to be not done by the time the kids come home from school. And not only that, it's going to be the weekend. I want to enjoy the weekend. I want to treat myself to sit on the sofa, relax, put my feet up, and just think, oh, I haven't got washing to sort out, school uniforms. I haven't got lunch boxes and everything to prep, and I can just relax. So I'll put the lights up there, making it look all nice and pretty. Yeah. When he comes home, his little shop is going to be all ready to go, and he can go straight in there and he can play. Probably get called in for me to come in with a basket and start buying stuff, and I have to purchase things and use a little. He makes money. It's the cutest thing ever. Like, cuts up paper and puts like his own pound on there, and it's just lovely. It's really lovely, and I love that. I absolutely love that. I love the fact that he will choose toys over a computer game. Like, he will probably spend about 2 hours on a computer in a week. So it's all good. But that's looking really nice and inviting. If I was a child, I would be in there as well. Well, would I? No, I lived with Barbies. Barbies. And I would have turned that into a Barbie house. I'm not even joking. That would have been turned into a Barbie house. It wouldn't have been a shop. Yeah. I got him one of those chalkboard things that I said about from B&M. $3.99 they are. Comes with chalk as well. So I got him another one of those, and we got that stuck on the wall. And I've just cleaned out the guinea pigs. That was hell. That was hell on earth. The mess they made. So I'm just putting a little cardboard box so they can have a little hideaway in there, and I've rammed it with hay. So they've got a nice little place that they can burrow away in their little piggy paradise with their piggy pergola. Yes. And I'm going around giving that front room a hoover. See, the thing with me is when the house gets so cluttered that you can't even find your feet. When you've got piles everywhere but there's nowhere to put it. I don't want to get the hoover out because I think, what's the point? There's no point. So then inside of me is I've got no motivation because there's too much clutter. So if the worktops have got loads of stuff on them and I can't clear it all in one quick hit, then I'll be like, well, what's the point in cleaning it? I know that's not how it should be. You should still clean. But that's just how my brain runs. Like, it would just be a complete shutdown. A complete shutdown. But now I'm starting to get on top of it and I'm getting it back to how it was. I'm feeling a lot better because I haven't had my house like this in so long, in this kind of mess. It's been, oh gosh, almost a year, maybe more. I don't know, but I haven't had it this bad. And to think this is how we used to live. Like, I'm not even joking. This is how we used to live. Like, I wouldn't be on top of it. We just hoard and hoard and hoard to the point where I can't even put it into words because it baffles me. It baffles me to think that that's how we were. And I never, ever, ever want us to slip into that again. I mean, personally for myself, I really, really don't want to slip into that again because I know how easy it is because it happens. But it has scared me a little bit because this is the first time in so long that I've let the house get this bad. Oh, I've got this watch on my arm. My phone kept ringing and it comes through on my watch so I can answer it on my watch. I'm going to be sharing it with you very, very soon. But while I was doing it, Nick called me, said, oh, I'm on my way home. And I'm like, okay, I need to crack on. I could crack on because it comes through on the watch. It's absolutely brilliant. So I can just be talking to him while it's coming through on the watch. And then when I was polishing the table, I had another one and it was from the school. I had to go and pick up my son. They said that he was feeling sick, but when I picked him up, his ankle is literally the size of a football because he got kicked in the ankle and it's huge. Anyway, that was my collection of dolls I was taking upstairs. Yes, I'm a doll collector. I can't help it. Nick is working on the fence. Look. And it's Panzer's first day out and the older cats are like, what's going on here? She keeps going in, going out. He's cracking on with that. It's looking so much better. I'm literally over the moon. Look at that. Look at it. Yes. Obviously, we're going to paint it at some point. But Nala, bless her, is keeping an eye on her. She keeps giving her a little wash and making sure she's all right. Because we do say that Panzer is Nala's adopted baby. Yes. You don't even if you remember, but there was like a whole load of like wood in the garden. It was a right old mess. And I used to say it was Nala's, because Nala's insane herself, and she's come in like wild. And I'd say she's been in the crack shack. That's what we used to call it, Nala's little crack shack. Anyway, shortly after we got Panzer. Panzer claims Nala. Nala becomes her mum. And we keep saying that because Panzer is literally off the walls. Like, she is, oh my goodness me, the most psychotic cat we've ever had. That we call her Nala's crack cat. Yeah. So she's been in the crack shack and she's had a crack cat. Oh yes. We're not right in this house. Or we're not normal. That is for sure. But I'm just doing the last few bits now. I'm not doing a proper deep clean. I'm just cleaning up, because a deep clean needs to happen in this house for sure. And I will be doing it. Mopping floors, steaming, cleaning the toilet, the doors, the walls, everything. Going up the stairs. It's all going to be scrubbed. But there's only so much you can do in 2 days' time. And when the house was that cluttered and that messy, it just can't be done. It really can't. So, and the amount of washing that I'm doing is absolutely insane. I'm loving it. Getting it all done. I'm still using the old apple stuff. The Snow White. Yes. It smells very good. Oh, it smells very good on the nostrils. When you sniff it, your nostril hairs, they stand up on end and they suck it up. And they say, yes. Yes, signals it up to the brain how good it is. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I told you. I was saying about how we were getting a tank, like an vivarium, for Sam's birthday. And thinking he's going to want a lizard or something. I thought that's what he was going to go for, but no. We walked into this aquarium-like place and I was like, oh gosh, I've held snakes in the past. I've held a massive python. I had a photo shoot with a python. And you'd think I'd get over my fear of them by that. And it was really like, oh God, I can't. Anyway, I was looking in these glass tanks and I'm like, oh gosh, oh my gosh. And then he goes, I really like that corn snake. So yeah, what happened then? Me and Sam spent the next hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, in this place, holding this corn snake between the two of us as it slithered from me to him, absolutely falling in love with it. And while Nick was talking to the staff, asking questions and, you know, what else we needed and this, that and the other. So yes, we have a corn snake in the house. He is absolutely gorgeous. And it feels like pins and needles when he slithers through your hands. It feels like you've got pins and needles in your hands. Yeah, he's exploring. He's very happy. He's a happy snakey. So we'll see how that goes. We've got to get a bigger tank for him as he grows. But yeah, very, very happy. I'm giving the kitchen a quick clean over, as I've said, just because it needs it. But I will be doing a deep clean very, very soon. I cannot believe I've done a video for nearly half an hour and I've just been standing here wittering on. You must be so fed up with me. I mean, Christ. My brain's here, there and everywhere, and it just splurts out. And then I forget what I've even said. And you know what? You're not even going to believe me when I say this. I don't check my voiceovers. I literally just, when it gets to the end, I'll click the tick, and then I'll click import at the top. I don't even listen to them back. I reckon about 80% of my voiceovers I've never even listened to. So yeah, who would have thought it? But anyway, it's all coming along nice. I'm just giving the sink a clean over because I've done the cat bowls and whatnot in there, and everything's nice and fresh. Really, really happy. I feel like I'm getting back on top of it now and everything's just coming together. So next up, massive deep clean. I shall hope to see you then. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.